Hi everyone, I'm Marlene Moore, the creator of the Back to Basics piano program, and I hope that you have watched videos 1 to 29. I just finished doing video 29, and we're now on video number 30. Today I'm going to do the last few pieces in book 10, and then I'd like to talk with you about electronic music, about electronic pianos, because that's something that modern teachers are having to face more and more with their students. And perhaps you'd like to know a little bit about how digital pianos work. Okay, we left off last time at Moonlight Sonata. I know that most of you know this. I should say that I get really disappointed when I hear Moonlight Sonata played badly by young students who are not ready to play it. I put it in book 10 on purpose because, everybody wants to learn this one and they think it's easy because it sounds easy. It's not. It's not easy. We need to learn how to hear those internal voices, the internal inside voices that Beethoven was trying to get across to us in the Moonlight Sonata. I'm not going to play it all, but we'll play a little bit of it. Okay, here we go. Ready? Got your book open? We're on page 33. E major. I'll just leave it right there. I've heard this played so many different ways it's almost impossible to describe. Don't play it fast. I hear this played by beginners. It's not. I can always tell when someone has never listened to this. Get a good recording of this and listen to it. It's so important. I hope you're doing that a lot. I hope at least 25% of your time is spent listening to the pieces here. They're all on YouTube, every one of them. If you can't find them on my channel, they're somewhere else. Okay, this is 5 pages. And have fun with that. Teach it with love. Now we have Little Girl. Little Girl I wrote for my daughter, for Heather. And when she was a little girl. I'm going to play a little bit for you. This is a lyrical piece that goes into a lot of chords. So we need to get those chords straight in our head too before we go ahead. All right, Little Girl, here we go, page 38. that repeats again, and eventually it goes into these nice chords. Anyway, have fun with those. My arm isn't going to do it today, but the children like those. I shouldn't say children. Not usually students in book 10 are not children anymore. Teenagers or adults. Have a good time with that. I would teach that in steps for sure, hands separately. Have to bring out that melody nice and clear. This is also on YouTube. Listen to it there, please. This next piece is an improvisational piece called Song for Rachel. And who is Rachel? In the last book, it was either book 7 or book 8, I played the piece for you that my student Rachel Lilly had composed. It was called Remembering. Do you recall that piece? Such a lovely lyrical little piece. And I wrote this for Rachel as an exercise for her to learn chord progressions. And this piece that I wrote for her eventually got her more interested in composing herself. So I hope you do that for your students. You know, just have a little line of music and say, can you do the left hand of that? Let's figure that out. Let's put some chords into that. Let's make music with that. They like to do that. This is an A minor, Song for Rachel. Any kind of left hand will do. I'll show you a couple of left hands that I've done. A minor. By the way, there is a mistake in the notation in 7 places here. It is written this way. I did not write it that way. I don't know how it got like that, but it's supposed to be this. So, can you change it to, when you get to the second measure in each line, the second measure, it should be 2/8 notes, and then a quarter note. Second measure, second line, second measure would be. Third one would be. Fourth one would be. All right. The first line, the last measure in the first line should be. Same thing on line 3, last measure. And the last note is not C, it is A. I have no idea how that many mistakes got into this, but please change those. This is how it was before. That bothers me musically for this type of piece. This is what it's supposed to be. Got it? Okay. You could also do this. Something simple like that. You could also do octaves. you'll think up some new ones. If you do, tell me about it. Play it for us on our group. I hope you belong to our group. Back to Basics Piano Teacher Training Program. If you want to join, there's only one way that you can get in. Well, there's two ways. You have to be a piano teacher, and you absolutely 100% have to answer all of the questions. You will be deleted if you don't answer all of the questions. It's just automatic. So if you want to join, answer all of the questions if you are a piano teacher. Okay? Here we go. This is Mr. Bergmuller again. He's one of my favorites for studies. And this was called study number something. I changed it to racing, and it does race. We're in E minor. We are on page 41, and let's bring out those accents. Here we go. Or something like that. You'll have to learn it very slow. And so on. I think I made a couple of mistakes, surprisingly, because I can usually play this right through. Anyway, E minor, 2 pages. There's using the pedal with this. Keep those fingers always 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. See what I'm doing there? Yeah. I used to teach it like this. No, I can't take that down. Put the lid of the piano down and teach it so they can feel what they're doing. Yada, da, 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 da. And one of the advantages of a digital piano is you can just turn it off. Then it won't make any sound, and then say, now play it, and there won't be any sound, right? All right, have fun with that one. It is hard. It's hard to get it to the kind of speed and the kind of performance that you want. Okay, page 43, we're on Fantasy Impromptu. For this edition of Back to Basics, Book 10, I felt that it was important not to include that part that is so tremendously difficult. Because let's face it, we have average students. Most students don't ever get to the point of being able to play the whole Fantasy Impromptu. However, they can play the lyrical part that Chopin wrote, and they can do it well if it's taught well. have performed this piece so many times in my younger days. I can't do it all anymore. My left shoulder has advanced arthritis and it's just full of surprises. Some days I can play fine, other days I can't play at all. Sonata in C major by Mozart. So we're on the last part, 8 pages, and it's a happy note to end on. Here we go again. It's a beautiful piece, and it's a long one, and it's tricky. I emailed Elise Richard in Canada about a year ago, and I said, I'm having more and more problems playing this piece because of my arm. And she said, that's fine, I'll do it. She's a concert pianist and a wonderful teacher. So she has recorded this piece, Sonata in C major by Mozart, and I have it on our Back to Basics piano teachers program. I have that on our Facebook group. If you look under the word featured, you'll find it. They used to call it announcements. Now it's called featured. So look there and you will find Elise Richard playing this piece, and she does it beautifully. I hope you will find that. If you're not in the group, find it on Facebook and listen to it. It's quite a beautiful piece. Beautiful. Lots of scales in there. And then, of course, it goes on. The second movement goes on to this lovely lyrical one. Isn't it nice? It just flows. Only Mozart could have done that. And guess what? We are done. Book 10. And you notice there's no certificate at the end. There's a blank page, but there's no certificate at the end. So there's a book 10 graduation song that they write out. But what do you do about the certificate? Well, first you need to decide what book are you going to put the student in who's finished book 10. I would take a student who's finished book 10 and put him or her into approximately grade 8 of the Royal Conservatory of Music. If you don't want to do that, if they don't want to do exams, they just want to play, I would ask them what kind of music they want to learn. And you can use additional music when you finish this, because this gives them a good grounding. They've had 10 books, and how many every years it's taken them to do it, but they've had 10 books, and they should have a good grounding by now. So you can just use additional material. When they finish book 10, though, I would get them some kind of a certificate, because they've achieved a lot in doing book 10. Go and buy one. Go and buy a certificate and say promoted to Royal Conservatory of Music book 8 or book 7 or whatever you want them to be in, what you think they can handle. Okay? Now, let's check our time, because I'm hoping we have some time to talk about this piano. Yes, we do. This piano is a digital piano, better known as an electronic piano. And 25 years ago, when I saw these, I thought, what a waste of time. Now it's my best friend. Um, there's nothing better for piano than an acoustic piano. I'm the first one to admit that. But you know, we have students that are learning on um, digital pianos, and I'm not talking about keyboards, I'm talking about actual digital pianos. And some parents are actually investing a lot of money into these digital pianos. I think I mentioned one time that this one cost over $15,000 in Canada. So it's probably more in the USA. This one does everything but the dishes. And I thought maybe we'd talk a little bit about how you might teach a child a little bit more about the internal banks of the digital piano. Let's have a look. So we've got several pianos on here. If I press this, it gives me a list of the pianos. So here we have concert grand. Here's the grand piano. Pop grand. Rock piano. Ambient piano. Studio piano. Cocktail piano. Bright piano. I use bright piano a lot because it's very crisp. It reminds me of a kawaii piano. It's a very... It has a nice crisp sound. But of course there's 12 more pianos. There's nothing better than the concert grand sound. If we want organs, we've got everything here. Here's here's just organ. There's 10 more, but I'll switch over to organ accompanying number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, jazz piano, all kinds of them. There's 12 more to choose from. Classical pipe organ, pipe organ number 2, fun. Okay, there's more. I've only got 10 minutes to do this, but I'm going to give you a fast introduction. Guitars, flamenco guitars. All kinds of other guitars. Strings, cello. Violin. Solo violin. Contrabass. Brass and woodwinds. Jazz trumpet. Trumpet. Silver trumpet. Golden trumpet. Big band trumpet. Classical trumpet. Cornet. Muted trumpet. Flugelhorn. Trombone. It's just so much fun. Next, all kinds more trumpets and tubas. I can't play them all, but let's go to strings, and let me play one for you that is already in here. There's choirs too, synthesizers, everything that you could possibly imagine. If I go to dynamic strings, and I open another program here. By the way, it took me 5 years to learn this. It's not easy. It's just not easy. If I go to here, and I do my finale of the symphony that I'm writing, if I do my finale, the tutti one, this is recorded inside of it. So much fun. So much fun. If you are a composer, this is a good investment. If your students, any of your students have a piano of this caliber or instrument, try to learn along with them because it's a fascinating journey. I've had a fascinating journey teaching you all of the books, and we have 2 more to go. In the next books, I want to talk about dealing with parents, as well as a bit of a better look into the companion books and what they are, and also a little bit on recital protocol. So stay tuned for videos 31 and 32. Okay? Have a good day. Bye for now.